Welcome back. Now we should have MAMP all set up and working correctly. In this video, we're going to do a few things. We're going to begin by going over to the WordPress official website and downloading the WordPress package. We'll then create a MySQL database to be linked to our project. And then finally, we'll run the WordPress installation script, so we're ready to start building. So to begin, I'm going to go over to the web browser and then head over to wordpress.org. WordPress.org is the official WordPress website, not to be confused with wordpress.com. So to begin, I'm going to go over to download WordPress, and then we're taken to the download section. All we need to do is download the latest version. So click on download WordPress in the top corner there. It shouldn't take too long to download, so just give that a few moments. Great, so once you have WordPress downloaded, let's open up the download section. And then we have this in a zip package. So I'm going to double click to unzip this. So remember from before we said inside the MAMP package, we have a folder called the htdocs. I'm going to open up the htdocs. In fact, first I'll just drag this onto the desktop. Then I'm going to go over to applications, down to MAMP. Remember just to go for the standard MAMP version. We don't need MAMP Pro for this course. And then up to the htdocs, and in here we can drag our WordPress folder inside of the htdocs. And this is going to be the location for all of our projects during this course. So I'm going to rename this folder the web dev blog. So this is the name for our project. So we can see inside this project there's various files and folders, and we will take a closer look at this in a future video. But for now I'm going to move on and create the database and get this all set up. So to create the database, what we need to do is to go over to MAMP and then click on the web start page. Click on Tools and then click on PHP My Admin. So PHP My Admin is the area where we're going to be creating the MySQL databases, which is needed by WordPress. So this screen can look pretty intimidating if it's the first time you've seen it, but don't worry, setting up a database is reasonably straightforward. All we need to do is click on the Databases tab, and then we can see the title of Create Database. Underneath there, we can add our database name. So I'm going to call mine the Web Dev Blog, and then click on Create. So now we can see our new database is now set up instantly. So if we just close this browser window down and go back over to MAMP, we can see if we open up the preferences and then select the ports tab, we can see the Apache web server is running on port 8888. If yours is different, just take a note of what that is. And then go over to the browser. And if we open up a new tab, all we need to do is type in localhost and then a colon. Remember, localhost was the host name, which we can see on the start screen, which is just here. So this is the method we're going to use to access any of our projects within the htdocs. Then we were using port 8888. So select that and press enter. And then we can see the index, which contains all of our projects in the htdocs. We currently only have the web dev blog, so I'm going to click on this. And this starts off the WordPress installation. So just choose the language of your choice. So I'm going to scroll down, then select the language, and then click on continue. So before getting started, WordPress just lets us know we need some information on the database. So we need the database name, which we have, which we called web dev blog, the username, the password, and the hosts. We also have this information from the web start screen. So let's go ahead and click on Let's Go. Then we can go ahead and fill in this information. So the database name was webdev-blog. Remember, if you named yours something else, just change it accordingly. The username was root. The password was also root 2. We're using localhost, and we can also change the table prefix if you want. This is not essential, and it's more commonly used for WordPress multi-site installations, and we'll take a look at these later on in the course. Then once that's done, click on submit, and WordPress is now connected to the database, so click on run the install. Okay, so now WordPress needs some information about the site. So the site title can be anything you choose. I'm going to call mine the web development blog. The username, again this can be a username of your choice. I'm going to call mine the webdev-blog. Then you can either choose a password or use the WordPress generated one. So I'm going to copy this password so we can use it to log in just a moment. And then add in your email address. We can also select to if we want this site to be visible in search engines. So I'm just going to leave it unchecked and click on install WordPress. And that's it all done. So if you can see the success screen, that means we can now go ahead and log in with our username and password. Click login. So add the username, then I'm going to paste in the password. Then I'm going to select remember me and then login. So that's WordPress all now set up locally on your own computer. This is the WordPress dashboard, and we'll be seeing a lot more of this as we go through the course. We'll also take a closer look at this in the next video. But for now, if you want to take a little peek at the WordPress homepage, all we need to do is click on the site title in the top left. And then we're taken to the WordPress homepage. And this is how it looks as standard with the standard theme. If you want to get back over to the dashboard, we just need to do exactly the same. Click on the web development blog, site title, and then we're taken back over to the dashboard where we can begin to edit our site. So congratulations on getting MAMP and WordPress all set up. So now we'll move on to the next video and we'll take a closer look at the WordPress dashboard.